All right, here we go. Episode 4 or 5.
4 or 5
of the Power Hour. I still have never introduced us.
Why start now, brother?
Oh, yeah. We're in too deep. Either catch up or sorry.
Either know or you don't know.
If you don't know, now you know.
This is the Power Hour on InsideLowell. Check it out. New hoodie. I'm a big hoodie guy.
There you go.
Is there anything on the back?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah. Got your name on it.
Just kick me.
Yeah.
Back pancake.
Thank you to Teddy Panos and the amazing staff here at InsideLowell. Hooking it up. Did you get one?
I got a shirt and a golf shirt. I didn't get a hoodie.
Did you get?
For what?
For swag.
I've got no swag, man.
Oh.
Sad.
I think
Hang on,
we get you something.
I'm waiting for the
grinding, you know what I mean?
for the golf stuff to come out.
Oh, yeah?
We got them.
Springwear?
Yeah.
Actually, we got them leggings are coming in.
Oh. Thick thighs. Thunder thighs.
Ouch.
Thunder thighs was the greatest thing ever in the 80s. I'm sorry.
Calling somebody thunder thighs?
It's just such a perfect line. Sorry if it's insulting, but it's just perfect.
He's apologizing already.
I know.
I'm just saying.
It's a joke. It's all good.
I'm calling people thunder thighs.
With this leggings, we can call them Hans Hams.
Ham hocks is another really good. Ham hocks is excellent. Thunder thighs is my favorite.
I gotta give somebody that nickname now. Who would be who's calls?
Well, you gotta be a friend. You gotta be cool.
Start calling somebody, hey, ham hocks.
And with that, we're back. Last time we were here, we did a prediction show. We've got a couple updates.
I don't remember when was that?
It must have been right around the start of the year.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
So
right before the end of the year. Right?
Yeah.
we will go to the board.
Yeah.
I want you all to pay attention to the left side, not the right side. The right side will not make any sense to you till later when we do our 5-minute Ukraine update. Left side is our update. Start with me. The Cowboys did not win the Super Bowl, it turns out.
Yeah, that was a dumb one.
And
yeah, that was dead on arrival.
why not? Listen, I committed with my England, Dallas. I'm going to do it again in 4 years, so just
right.
lock it in. And Steve Scalise did not become Speaker of the House.
Oh, I forgot you made that
So-
prediction. Yeah.
Yes, so that's bad for me. Hello. That's the one I'm looking for. Sorry, distracting the audience.
What are the other ones then?
You want some more?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Han. Han said that Georgia would win the national championship by 50 points.
He did nail that one.
Nailed that one.
Did say it back up.
Very good call. Unfortunately, Han also predicted the Niners would win the Super Bowl, and
No.
Shanahan would hire his dad, and they would walk off
Well, the
together.
caveat was that Shanahan's father would be brought in as a consultant to call the plays.
Right.
So that didn't happen. Therefore, the Niners didn't win. Clearly.
I think
Oh, wait, hold on. You being...
I think it was all injury. Like if they hadn't lost,
Take your loss.
I'll take my loss, but I would like my noted prediction on Andrew Tate to be assassinated. The Romanian government throwing him in jail.
Still there. Oh, listen, we have many active bets.
Yeah.
Like my assassination call is live.
And we have an update, and we have a batch update. Our prediction panel, the committee, has decided that you saying that Haiti's going to go to hell is just it's off the board.
Like it's just too.
Yeah, no, it's just
Already there.
yeah. We are sorry.
It's gonna get worse.
We vetoed it.
Listen, I got like 8 more months for this stuff to pan out.
Just saying, the committee they took a good look at it, and no,
I didn't.
And
I was not part of the committee. What is this? Lowell Public Schools? Let me see the paper trail.
outside counsel.
I want some outside. I want to see the paper trail.
And secondly, your prediction that the what was the company?
Oh yeah, I don't even remember.
Something Seaboard.
Yeah.
So yeah, the same thing. The committee,
It's February.
I know, but the committee has decided, well, no, we're not giving you a loss. We're giving you 2 question marks. 1, we don't know what Seaboard is still.
Yes.
2, we don't even know what you predicted.
Pork products.
We're not sure what you said.
All right.
But we're going to keep an eye on that one. We'll get back to you.
Okay.
So there's your updates, all right? So I guess Han is the leader.
I predicted the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl too. So I got.
Did you?
Yeah. I have an X on that one.
save it for next
One
week.
bad call, and I would have won that one.
All right, we got some news. We got local news. We got national news. We got some international news always.
Yep.
We want to start local.
Yeah, we'll just start local.
Whatever you want. Sir.
Big story is the Lowell School Committee
It's been quiet.
trying to hire some outside counsel.
Yeah.
Kind of like us.
Haven't heard much about that in the last week.
It's been every.
So they just meet every week and like, should we do this? Should we do this?
I think it's been like 9 or 9. And actually, they've been trying to address this for like 9 or 10 weeks, haven't they?
Yeah.
I actually watched the school committee meeting and I think I fell asleep before the end. It was a roller coaster ride. Did they decide that they're doing this? It seemed like they did.
I think there was.
I forget.
So I think, if I remember correctly, I think what happened was that they were looking for some guidance, but nobody knew Robert's Rules of Orders, and they couldn't find the book.
Well, no, the solicitor was there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Just ask the solicitor. What are you talking about?
She never heard of Robert's Rules of Order.
I think it's safe to say the three of us are very pro Tom Golden, right?
Oh yeah,
We support
absolutely.
him. But we also have this platform and a show, and we have to be honest and truthful. And truthfully, not good. It's a disaster. Sorry, your solicitor doesn't understand the rules of the council meetings.
You know what? Perhaps he didn't interview the guy, the girl. You know what I mean? So who knows? Maybe he.
I'm not pinning it on him. I'm just saying. If it was anyone else, we'd call him out. So sorry. I'm
So-
just always
Now
truthful.
she just started. Maybe she'll turn it around. But here's my thing: when you think about what's his name, Safal, I can never say Hong Kong Fooey guy. That's
No.
Kalfawi.
Salal Kalfawi.
right. So you had him, right?
Maybe.
Then you have Boyd, and then you've got this, this lady. All you'd have most of the stuff.
Well,
if you ever-
she's different now. She's the solicitor.
right, but if you Google any of these people, you could just see what was going to happen. The Salah stuff all happened in Winchendon. It happened again.
Oh, right.
Boyd stuff in New Mexico, like it's happening. Some of the same stuff's popping up again. And this lady has an open Facebook page. If you go on it, you're like, this isn't going to be great. Like
She's got some. She's not afraid to give their opinions.
No,
There's
and-
nothing wrong with that. She seems like a very nice person.
No, I'm sure she's
very
great.
left. Like she is.
But I wonder
Kenny
about.
Griffey Jr.
But here's the other thing: who hires these
Celestial.
people, right? Like the school committee hires the superintendent. So the superintendent basically is the CEO of a, whatever the school department is, $200 million in admin, and then whatever they spend on students. But like it's they're trying to pick the most qualified person.
No.
And who are these people, right? Like, are they I think we just got to get rid of the school. We just got to get rid of the school committee.
It gets mentioned every 4 or 5 years. It's
Just get rid of them. They're not.
That's the big Warren Shaw.
I'm with them on that.
He's been
Warren's
saying it for like 20,
he's a
30
smart
years.
guy. It should be appointed. Maybe you have one of these, one of those, whatever, and then appoint it, and you can only do it for like a certain number of years, and then you're off. But like the school committee has to get votes, right? So they're out there shilling for votes. There's no objectivity in this. Everybody's got an angle. Every superintendent comes in, gets run out of town in 3 years, no matter what. That's what's happening now.
Yeah, the shelf life is not. I mean, if you make it 5 years, like
Yeah.
you bet the over on that one. That's a big time.
Hit the over big time.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the whole system it's not conducive to good management or getting good people.
Well, no, you're.
Especially because I can't even Google somebody.
Well, it's very true.
So why is it that the school committee is the reason why you can't keep a superintendent? Just curious.
Well, think about it, right? You give them, like you said, you have to run, you have to raise money, you're an elected official, you have to go through this whole process. But the one power you really have is to hire and fire a superintendent.
Right.
There's not much more you can do. You're kind of,
Yeah.
the budget's coming in from the state and the city side. There's not a whole ton of things you can do. If you finally get that position, it's like, okay, what does this come with? It comes with the power to get rid of the superintendent. Every once in a while, they'll use that power.
Yeah. So these superintendents end up having to keep the school committee happy. They have to keep sometimes the school committee is pro teacher, sometimes it's not. It depends on how many. None of it's about educating kids. It's about keeping jobs and giving out favors.
No, there's. I don't know. No.
I think it's just a bad system altogether. I think you could get who'd be like somebody like super smart. You could get them in there and they'd still fail. It doesn't matter.
Andy Dakota, he's a smart guy. He's a teacher, likes kids. You know what I mean? Like he seemed like a good guy, right?
Well, he's still around.
Right, but I'm saying he's not on the council. He's not on the seat anymore. He's on the committee, is he?
Oh, Andy Dakota. I'm thinking of yeah.
So he's the perfect kind of guy. Like he clearly had cared about the kids.
But if it's a point, well, yeah, I'm not saying they don't care about the kids, but I'm just saying I did say
They all care
but-
about the kids.
But it's not what comes first. I think it's.
No, it is. You're being too harsh.
I don't know.
You're not entirely wrong, but you're being too harsh.
Wait, it's all about the kids after DEI, right? So
No, after the teachers union. You want to play that game?
Well, like the other thing. So I think the failure of the Lowell schools starts with DESE and ed reform in 1993.
Okay.
Ed reform is probably the worst thing that ever happened.
yeah, before you blow up the school committee, let's blow up DESE, by the way.
Yeah, you start with that, then you
Metaphorically.
Yes,
Metaphorically, of
And then you get rid of that. Then you get an appointed. School committee. That's what I would do. But DESE's got to go, man. They suck.
Out of touch.
No, I thought they were pretty good with COVID.
So is Gavin Newsom.
By the way, this is a quick side note, but they finally did a real definitive mask study.
Oh,
They
Jesus.
did. No, they were not going to get the whole thing, but it's just, they're useless against COVID. Very simple, very clear, like anyone with half a brain could see, but it's finally official, so there's that.
Didn't they say at one point, pretty early on, that they were using the mask as a way to,
Scare people.
like to get social
Let you know,
distancing?
remind you there's a pandemic.
Yeah.
Perpetuate
And
the fear.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They even admitted that.
People love the mask, though. They still do.
But there's still people who
fine.
think
Yeah,
they
yeah.
think
Love
that
COVID.
if they wear the mask, they'll be protected. Like, oh, I have a family party this weekend. I got to wear a mask for the next 3 days. It's like
The worst part
the mask does nothing.
The worst part is most of them are actually pretty smart, intelligent people. And everything else in their lives, they're pretty smart people. I mean,
And they're mostly progressives. Would you agree?
oh, for sure.
Yes.
They're
Now,
100%.
now, said progressives are totally invested
Michaela,
in
sorry
the,
if you're watching this.
invested in the environment.
Jeez,
correct?
mask talk.
Have you seen the data on these masks going into the ocean? I think it's like 2.2 million a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's like insane, right? And they're all made out of, the fabric. You think of it, the fabric as plastic, but it's actually plastic, right?
I saw a bad
So,
picture about
It doesn't decompose, just goes into the ocean. It kills the turtles.
Doing wear masks.
You had a turtle with a mask on. It was
So-
terrible.
I thought they were doing snorting things with straws.
I know they can't snort the Coke with the straws anymore because the mask gets in the way. You
gotta choose.
All the turtles are in withdrawal.
Yeah, we won't go down that rabbit hole. Just saying, there was finally a definitive study. It said, this is it. All the people yelling at us and everything else.
Yeah.
So you're telling the people who drive around by themselves with a mask on, they don't need to do that anymore?
Correct.
They can actually breathe fresh
Correct.
air.
Moving on, yeah.
As long as you're not in Ohio. Because then the
yeah,
fresh air, it's not so fresh.
Just have a fresh air and a nice drink of water. You'll be fine in Ohio.
Those pictures are disturbing in Ohio. Just you see when they throw the rocks in the pond.
Oh, yeah.
And just that rainbow.
All the
of
dead fish.
toxic.
Yeah. Well, Ohio's, I mean, every
That was before.
I mean,
before the train wreck.
Oh,
what was the river in Cleveland caught on fire years ago? Like, Ohio's basically just a toxic waste dump, I think.
It's my kind of people.
Yeah.
Blue collar people.
By the way, one of my predictions may still come true. I just thought of
Oh,
this.
there's a bunch of them that still could. We have a whole bunch. This is just a little.
I think
little taste.
Cocaine Bear is going to be a huge movie.
Dude, as soon as I saw the commercial, every time I see the commercial, all I can think about is you.
I can't wait for that movie.
Just in the tent outside the Showcase Cinemas, waiting to get in there.
Oh, yeah. I'll be there.
They should give you free tickets. What else we got? John Drinkwater, City Council, not running for re-election.
Yeah. I give him, you know what? I give him a lot of credit, though. He's putting his family first, you know?
Nothing wrong with that.
It just shows you.
All in all, I think he's been an excellent counselor. He got a little shaky during the COVID, George Floyd era, we'll call it, but
He's excellent. He was average.
he was good.
He was like a B.
Remember, you don't need, people think, everyone runs for city council, oh, I'm going to do this and this idea. But actually, you know what? That's incorrect. Everyone says the same thing. I'm going to focus on public safety. And it's like, you're just saying the same crap. Everyone's been saying for 50 years.
No, he's been a contributor.
Reality is, if you were running for council, you'd be like, I don't know what's going to come up, but I'll do a good, rational job, and I'll think it through. If someone said that,
Yeah.
you don't get elected saying that, but that's what you want. That's kind of what he did.
I see him more as I'd love to see him take over for Ed Kennedy when Ed Kennedy finally retires. Whenever
He's a
that is.
candidate. I mean,
Fine.
listen, every time Drinkwater has been on the ballot, he overperforms. Like he is rock solid on election day.
I think I don't want to say he's wasted locally, but I think his true kind of talent would be seen if he was in a bigger position, state position.
All right. Well, either way, I mean, he's still going to be here, but
Yeah.
that's big news. That opens up an at-large seat. There's
Yeah.
only 3. I think it's fair to say that Rita and Vesna are pretty much locks.
Mm-hmm.
Who came in fourth that large last election? Do you recall?
Was it Bobby T?
Bobby T.
Oh no, wait, he was down.
No, he was good. He had about 4,000 votes.
Yeah.
And Drinkwater was number 3?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was like,
Bob Hoey
there was only about 800
Bob Hoey
votes.
was 5, I think.
Well, there weren't that many. I mean, it was a pretty big drop off there. But so yeah, obviously, Bobby Tubielli would, if he runs again, doesn't mean he's going to win, but he's right there. 4,000 votes your first time on the ballot. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
I think, damn, I'm doing this off the top of my head, but I think like Vesna had about 6,300, if I'm right, and Rita, there was about an 800 gap, like kind of like 5,500 to
You
6,300.
definitely needed 5,000.
So to put up 4,000,
6,400, you might have got mayor.
so close. But yeah, either way, it was a good showing by him.
You know,
But-
the Drinkwater thing though shows just basically he had to leave for family, like he wanted family commitments, whatever. But it just shows what a drag having kids is, huh, guys?
Stop it, guy.
Listen, I just wrapped up U12 soccer in Tingsboro today. The one thing off the list, the craziness is slowing down a little bit. Shout out to the Aztec U12 team. Undefeated all winter.
Great.
Champions again today.
I missed that on.
Kids are killers.
I didn't see it on ESPN. How'd it go?
It just happened today.
Oh, all right.
Listen, this is our ESPN. I'm going to do an update from the Tingsboro Sports Center every day, live, like Bob Lobel.
Who's
That sounds special.
whose game is
That's
whose game was it? Your my favorite one of your kids?
Oh, you never met my other daughter. But yes, it was Juju. No, it gets confusing. Juju played against her own team.
Oh.
Maybe we'll leave our commentary off of the show.
You'd like Lily. Dry humor.
No, I never met her. No.
She's very smart, too.
You want your first YouTube strike batch?
She
Actually, he's already got one.
Oh, really?
Well, I think so.
You got a strike?
I don't know if it came from YouTube or someone else, but
Yeah, it was somebody else.
Lily actually watches this show. She looks forward to it.
No, I haven't met her, so I'm sure she's great too.
Well, don't insult the viewers.
Okay.
Although we're on
Viewer.
Spotify now. It's great.
Viewers will like it. Who do you think? Who else can you see running now that if Drinkwater's out?
So what's the word with
fresh
Corey
blood,
Robinson?
you mean?
Is Corey Robinson going to run citywide?
So that was the rumor. I don't know if it's true or not.
Oh, I just hit button here. Hopefully nothing happens.
well, that'll be bad news for Bobby T.
Maybe.
Definitely.
I mean, Corey obviously did really well in Centerville, but does that translate to the whole city?
I don't know because Centerville. I think they won the districts. I think it was like 2,000 votes is what you needed to win, or maybe even less.
No, way less than that.
Yeah.
Maybe Belvedere, maybe.
I think Acre was like 42. So
The acre numbers were. We were there. We were at WCAP counting it up, and I was like, "This is it. This is the whole precinct right here."
So I'm thinking I don't know if you're Bobby, because Rita and Vesna are automatics. I think, if I'm
That's a big opening right there.
yeah, it'd be tough. I think it'd be tough for Bobby. I don't know.
I don't know.
I might run downtown if I was
Well,
Bobby.
here's the question. Now we got Belvedere,
Yeah, I was going to say someone's going to come out of Belvedere. And
but
take
John Leahy. Everyone says he's not raising money. Doesn't mean he can't.
He never raises money.
No, but he's got real low.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah, what if he doesn't run?
He'll run. Why wouldn't he?
Oh, Bill Samaras, citywide.
I don't know.
Anyone coming from Belvedere has the leg up. He's got the recognition.
Conway's always good to go.
They can.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
They already had their grudge match. That was a close one too. Actually,
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing Belanger get back in. I thought he did a good job.
Deb?
Sure.
Corey.
Oh, say she ran. She ran citywide.
A lot of Belangers
that's
out
true.
there.
Oh yeah, she could run again.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll see. Again, we'll see what Leahy does. He hasn't said he's not running, but he hasn't raised a lot of money. You go back to that. Do they call it prime? Yeah, it was the primaries, and it was Leahy who won by
what does he need money
100 votes.
for?
But Samaras came in second to get into the runoff, but he only won by about 40 or 45 votes against his name. Oh boy.
Well, what did you eat today?
What is that? Yeah, the Conway and it was close. I'm just saying, if for some reason John Leahy doesn't run, and you have an at-large seat and a Belvedere seat open, the Lowell election gets very, very interesting.
I'm 99% sure John Leahy will run. And by the way, what does he need money for? He makes his own signs. He just paints them. he can bang out like 1,000.
Spray paint 'em.
He bang out 1,000 signs in a day.
All right, so that's our big Lowell updates. Nationally, UFOs. It's amazing. You'd think I would be losing it right now, but
Nah,
Not feeling it.
It's not. Yeah,
Not feeling it.
We know what they are.
we think we know what they are.
They're balloons.
So I don't think they've officially come out and said that that's it, but you know what, Han? Oh, sorry. Han, do you know what the NIBBB is?
The NIBBB.
This is in context to, the Air Force shooting down something out of the sky.
NIBBB.
I'm going to
The U.S. government loves acronyms.
I'm going to guess that they are a organization of
Oh, wow, this guy's good.
people.
All right.
Some people might refer to them as kind of a little nerdy, maybe, who create flying objects.
So we have flying objects that
For
no
shits
one
and
knew what it
giggles.
was.
Yeah.
There's still no proof of this.
Kind of like a glamorized birthday party.
But the NIBBB, the Northern Illinois Bottle Cap Balloon Brigade. And if
Come on, you're making this up.
If you see pictures of them,
Wait, say it again.
they are perfect.
What is it?
The Northern Illinois Bottle Cap Balloon Brigade. Okay? They
they're
fly.
balloon enthusiasts?
Amateur balloon, weather balloon, they're enthusiasts. They fly around the world. And last week, turns out a couple of their balloons went missing.
Oh, Jesus. Were they hijacked?
I think they got shot down by Sidewinder missiles.
we're
400 grand a pop.
So we're throwing $600,000. You know what they should have used? Some of those $900 Hamas rockets that we.
Oh, the Katyusha rockets?
Yeah.
The anti-aircraft missiles that.
Weren't we supposed to make those? I forgot.
Remember Kim Jong Un? Did
It would be, yeah.
you guys remember when Kim Jong Un killed his, executed his cousin or uncle?
Oh, his uncle.
With
artillery shell?
Anti-aircraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Strapped into an artillery shell.
So we're using
It's almost like a joke.
we're using guided missiles to take down some nerds. One of them missed though.
What's a balloon?
Shut it up.
You see what I mean? It must be hard to hit anything.
Is that a Russian rocket?
You said it earlier. The best thing. Why don't you just fly into
It, throw a dot.
Hey, remember when people used to take a little candle in a brown paper bag and launch it at a bunch of people?
Yeah, like the
together?
Asian water festival things there.
Biden's going to launch the Atlantic Fleet to stop that one.
Chinese lanterns, right?
Somebody-
What are we doing?
So this is what happened. Everyone's thinking UFOs. The UFO thing, we're gonna get deeper in this. As soon as Ukraine wins this war, we're going all in on actual UFOs. But until we get there, everyone's like, these are unidentified objects. You don't see any signs of propulsion. It's checking all the boxes of these UAPs that have been flying around for the last couple of years.
So disappointing.
But and again, I don't think this is proven yet. I haven't seen the news yet today, but it's looking like the NIBBB.
I can just picture two guys in one of their mother's basement being like, "Is that your balloon? I can't find it."
Imagine the president ordering a shoot down on a balloon. But remember, Biden got criticized like he should have for letting that Chinese spy balloon fly over the entire country, then shooting it down.
Some of the memes are great.
There was no threat. Oh yeah, it's great.
The Budweiser one, have you seen that? That's
No.
freaking
I don't
hilarious.
think I saw the Budweiser.
But they, it was no threat. We wanted to make sure it got off. It's like, why didn't you shoot it down after Hawaii if you knew the whole time?
Yeah.
So bad luck. Now he completely overreacts, sees something else in the sky, and just starts. How often do we shoot things out of the sky in America? Very rarely.
Not very often.
So that's that. What else we got nationally? Your boy John Fetterman.
Fetterman's not doing so hot. In a shocking development, he's been hospitalized.
What's it for? Depression, right?
That's what they say. I mean, who knows? Could be. I mean, really, if you're him and you're successful is a weird word.
I think we should give up the
Because
depression.
he was the lieutenant governor, but he also hasn't had a job, and he's leached off his parents his entire life.
I think you should give out the depression hotline now. The number.
Oh, is that the appropriate thing to do?
Yes. So what's the number?
No, I don't know. You find it. Good luck. But no, if you've had a massive stroke, you lived your life and had a massive stroke like that, absolutely, you could be depressed without a doubt. Or it could be like everything else we said, like everyone said. He's got a stroke. He's really messed up.
Would it be that he talked to a counselor and he just didn't know what he was saying? Kind of like the debates. And then they were like, this guy's clearly depressed.
He's like, "No, I'm fine, man. I just can't."
He kind of said the opposite, like when he was like, I'm for fracking. I'm for fracking. Absolutely. I want to frack. Let's frack. And he's like,
Yeah, but he was saying that to his wife, and he meant
was
something
trying
else.
to say that. Yeah. So who knows what he said?
We should make fun of a guy.
I'm suicidal. I'm suicidal. He's trying to say that he's not, but he really was saying the other thing,
Yeah, he's like American Idol. American Idol.
Can he just write? Can he write? Can you just write stuff out?
I'm going to guess with no.
No.
If you
He can't understand words. Like, he has to see your mouth, and it's bad.
Oh wow,
It's not good.
he must have had a hard time during the pandemic.
It is kind of gross that they put him up, though.
Oh, it's filthy.
It's so
Like, for
rotten.
sure, his wife is going to become,
clearly.
at some point, his wife will become the senator.
Yeah.
And it's just, you are evil.
Did you see him though?
I know.
No, it's evil. It's evil. You're taking it
It's not evil, but I mean, did you see him before he had the stroke? He was pretty good.
No, he looks like a Mongo.
He's fighting for his health. This is brutal.
So yeah, it's not good. They said he's going in for a couple weeks, but last week he had a stroke. Like, he had something. Like, he was lightheaded and he had to get rushed to the hospital. Not for depression, for stroke-related things. So
Was he boosted?
Oh, Jesus.
Sure he was. Oh, you went on the strike?
My bad. Well, we mentioned that masks don't work. I just figured we were going to clear the air.
I think we're allowed to say that now because of the study. It's like, but
People still yell at you about it. They love the mask. I'm telling you, people love it. COVID, they love it.
how? I didn't see the whole thing. How was your Epstein show?
We could have done that for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
We couldn't squeeze it all in.
You got too many shows. I watch like 10, 15 minutes. I get distracted. And the next thing that pops up is some three guys dating.
So this is a perfect question because where we left off on
That was a different thing I was watching. Never mind.
That's something you watch on your own.
Delete browser history.
We left off on Adnan Khashoggi.
Oh, I didn't get to that. Wait.
Yeah, that's right where we were at.
Oh, that's a good cliffhanger.
So we kind of stopped there because Batch had to do some drawing on the whiteboard. So
Yes.
The whiteboard?
I was just explaining what I
We're allowed
thought.
to write on there?
I was explaining what I thought the
look at
next
that.
big scandal was going to be. The next big, sex scandal is going to be.
Hold on. Let me guess here. Is it like a powerful, important people?
Well, I think it's more institutional abuse that's going to come out.
All right, so the Catholic Church is done.
Boy Scouts are already done.
Obviously.
Gymnastics.
Done. Been there. Don't say youth soccer.
I think that already happened.
Oh, no, actually, that was with the adults.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of creeps there, too. What's wrong with men? Not to be a Mr. Feminist here, but men are awful. What's it going to be?
Schools.
Oh, no, that doesn't count.
It happens all the time. It's been happening forever. Like every day there's a story about it.
Have you seen the story? I'm sure you've seen the pictures of that teacher with the big fake, like ridiculous. It's like a joke, like 2 balloons.
prosthetics.
Yes, you've seen that?
I have.
You see the update yesterday?
She's the
trans?
she's part of the what is it, the IBBBB people.
Oh, no. Oh, yes.
She's the poster child for the balloon people.
Did he say he's a she now or not?
All right, I don't want to get too deep into the weeds here with this because it's a topic that I just don't
I just
care about, but
I knew the teacher was wearing
she's a
prosthetics.
transgender, born man, now woman, teacher with outrageous. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't be shouldn't be teaching kids like that. Some reporter followed this person, watched them in their normal lives, and they lived like a normal man. This person does this just to be in school with kids. So now you have to wonder, is it all just like a prank? Or
Listen,
No. Like the theory on this was that this guy is basically trying to highlight the ridiculousness of where we're at.
I did not know that. Has that always been out there?
People have said that. Yeah.
Oh, after
the first
yesterday-
day or two.
you got me a beer.
You got it, sir.
After yesterday, that's what I thought. But I again, when it comes into these transgender things, I'm out. Good luck to all of you.
That's not. I'm
You want
not.
to debate abortion? Good luck.
I'm just talking about the constant inappropriate teacher-student relations that happen in every district all the time that just get swept under the rug.
That's always happened.
But that's not good.
Well, no, but I bet there's less.
Based on what?
Every
They
kid has
sweep
a
under-
cell phone now. It seems like it's worse, but
Listen, every
you go back
kid-
to the 80s. Every 80s movie is about some like
still happens.
teacher hooking up with a kid. You're like, yeah.
By the way, if it's a female teacher against a male student, it doesn't count. That's fine. But I'm talking about
Except for Pan Smart.
yeah. Oh, hey,
You sit in your
don't
mouth.
don't mess with my girl there.
She should be up for parole. We did a parole show with her.
She should be out.
Have
she
you
should
tried
be
to
out.
get her on Inside Lowell yet? We get a Pam Smart interview.
No, what prison is she in?
I don't know, but we can do calls from the
Can't be too
can.
far away.
I deliver to some of the prisons, and there's not many women's prisons in New Hampshire. I can narrow this down. I can get her.
Now
If she
half
was-
of them are full with guys anyway.
If she was a man, she would have been out 20 years ago. Women stay in jail longer because there's more room for them.
That is all right. That's not a terrible theory. It's a weird
No,
one, but
I'm
it's
just saying.
not terrible.
So are you saying we need some justice reform in the form of gender
Yeah,
inequality?
yeah.
Interesting.
We got a very important Lowell question to ask.
All right.
In about 5 minutes.
Okay.
But I have to give my Ukraine war update.
All right.
You demand it.
Well, the crowd's been waiting for this eagerly.
He hates it. So you know what?
I love talking Ukraine with you.
I know.
Wait a minute.
I enjoy it.
It's the only reason I'm here.
So you're always telling us how the Russia's getting smushed and smashed.
Yep.
And I saw a mainstream media article the other day about how the carnage for Ukraine, 150 to 250,000 casualties, and everything's going terrible for Ukraine.
Yeah, it looks to me like they're losing right now.
Ukraine?
Yeah.
What are you, insane? No.
Everything I've been reading is them that they're losing.
They need more
Losing
money.
what?
Losing the war, that the offensive's coming.
But another 30 billion batch, and they'll turn it around.
It's time to get to the negotiation table.
Hold on. I'm going to look up the name. I don't want to get the name of this town wrong.
We've insulted Ukraine.
No.
I know we're going to get ostracized.
Is it possible that you have bad inside information? And the
Are you in an
mainstream
echo
media?
chamber? Are you
Vuhledar. Small town.
Vuhledar? That was the wizard in some movie, I think. Vuladar,
The Lord of the Tower.
Vuladar the Magnificent.
If you don't want to listen to the
Hobbit.
Ukraine update, just skip 6 minutes ahead.
No, what are you doing? You
Oh, we're on-
skip
what is the
ahead.
time
What's
right
wrong
now?
with you?
All right, we're at the 29-minute mark. Just
Don't
skip
listen to
ahead
him.
to 36 minutes, and then we'll be good.
Like and share the episode.
We're going deep. We're going
Let us know what he's saying.
deep, real quick here.
Deep into the Ukraine.
All right, so Russia started their big offensive, right?
Yeah.
Their first big attack, Vuladar. That was the town they took.
Vuladar.
First off,
Vuladar.
David Lee Roth would crush that one.
it's right. It's in the Donbass, the same area that they've already in. They started the war there.
Listen, just 'cause I don't know everything about it, don't call me a dumbass.
So again, Russia's winning the war, right? This would be like them. The Donbass is just a region, like England. It is. It's like there's no governor or.
I'm gonna laugh every time you say dumbass.
I have to say it. Too.
I'm close to the trigger laugh. Too.
So this would be
Start
like
crying.
Russia started the war in Burlington, and they want to take all of New England, but they started in Burlington, Mass. They were already there,
They bypassed
and
Florence.
they just took Bill Ricka. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, they didn't take Bill Ricka. They went to Vuladar. They sent their best troops, 5,000 Marines. There's not many actual Russian troops left. 5,000, 155th Marine Brigade, completely annihilated. Watch. I'm going to send you the videos.
Right, but still,
There's a video of 8 tanks driving over mines, all in the same spot, and a Russian, running through a field on fire. It's the craziest thing ever.
but they can just keep throwing, man. Like,
But they can't.
there's 100 million Russians. They'll throw them all at you.
No, they can't. They're running out of soldiers, which is why we will be getting.
They don't need soldiers. They just give them a gun and they throw them out there.
No, for sure. That's exactly what they are.
They get their mandatory rifle with 2 bullets.
They're running out. They're running out of ammunition too. They're getting low.
Fix bayonets, batch.
Oh God, they can start
So
clubbing each
this
other.
was the start of their big offensive. They went after this town. Look it up. It's not just some me speculating. It's New York Times, New York Post. It's everywhere. They got completely annihilated. The 155th.
Was this today?
No, last week.
Okay.
So the 155th Marine Brigade. Russia doesn't have like special forces like the United States, but like the Marines and their airborne troops, the VDV, whatever.
The VD spreader.
You don't want to mess with those guys.
VBV or VDV.
When they occupy a town, you know it.
When the VD shows
The
up,
155th.
They always leave
you
their
better run and hide.
They leave their mark.
This legendary Marine unit has been completely annihilated 3 times. Started the war, annihilated. Brought in a bunch of new guys, trained them, went in, annihilated. This is their 3rd time. Like, it's going to retire it. It's bad luck. They're done. The 155th. But that's not the point. We're here to give you a Civil War update. That was one of my predictions. So we are going to go to the board.
All right.
All right?
Yep.
I can't wait.
All right. So, this is what we need to happen for the Civil War. These are all the warring factions that are all going to go at each other. The Wagner Group, Prigozhin.
Wagner.
I'm sorry. Wagner,
the
right?
musicians.
Say it right, guy.
Update, you are not allowed to say Wagner in Russia. They are the only people that had success. They've been attacking Bakhmut, your favorite. And they actually took a town, Soledar. The only it's a little salt mine town,
Yeah.
6,000 people. The Wagner Group took it. That is the only success they've had in months. The entire Russian army is attacking a salt mine. Wagner Group finally took it. They took 5,000 dead. Well, actually more than that. But they finally took it. Now look to your far right. You have Shoigu in the army. Everyone hates the Wagner Group, Prigozhin. But the people in Russia like him. So, you are now not allowed to say the Wagner Group. Which camera is that? I'm not good with this thing.
5.
There
5.
we go.
So. Oh.
So, Russian media, all the propaganda, you can't say Wagner Group. Even their bloggers, their press, they can't say Wagner. So they call them the musicians. Like, oh, the musicians attack this town.
Oh, that makes sense because of Wagner.
Yes.
All right.
But it's just like, everyone knows what you're saying. Why not just say it?
Right.
So these are the different people that when the Civil War breaks out, and I understand I'm alone in not just thinking there's going to be a Civil War. I'm actually breaking into the groups here, but that's okay. Prigozhin.
Oh, when you're talking Civil War, you're saying the Russian Civil War is coming.
Yes.
And these are the different factions.
All right, you ready?
Oh, all right.
Well, I can't get up because I'll do it. But, all right, so the big battle right now is,
Well, you can get up.
you won't be able to hear me,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Prigozhin and the FSB, which is the KGB, right? We all know the KGB.
Right.
FSB is now, that's the same thing. That's
Are you
the-
down with the FSB?
Yeah, you know. Igor Girkin, bet you'd love him. He's a wanted war criminal. He's
Yeah.
on. He's responsible for shooting down a Malaysian plane. He's wanted by the Hague. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He's a blogger in Russia. He's a colonel. He was a colonel in the FSB. Him and Prigozhin are going at it, talking trash to each other. Like, remember, they're supposed to be on the same side. They're going to battle. You have the Chechens, and then you have Gazprom. That is their large oil and gas company. Billions of dollars. Right? For civil war, you need all these people to be armed and hate each other. Everyone hates Wagner. Everyone hates Igor Girkin, who changed his name to Strelkov, just so you know, after he got convicted of the war crime.
Oh, you just change your name.
Yes, Strelkov.
Is he the leader of the VDs?
I'm telling you right now.
He's kind of
going on?
It sounds like he's kind of a dumbass.
I read.
No wonder they're losing.
I read and watch Igor Girkin's updates every single day. I love him. I'm telling you, he's a monster. He's gonna rot in hell. He's gonna get hung in the Hague. But if I had to pick a favorite war criminal,
This is your favorite one.
he's probably my.
When you have your war criminal trading cards.
Oh yes, this is like an
Like the
89
Garbage Pail Kids War Criminal Edition.
It's like an '89 Griffey Jr. You get the Strelkov. Well, you want to get him when he's Gherkin before the Strelkov. That's a good one.
This sounds like we're talking about something completely different.
So these two are ready.
good.
Wagner Group, the Russian army will not give them any more ammunition. They will not let them go into the prisons to recruit troops. They're just going to dry them out and let them die. So right now they're on the front lines. Every day they're putting out videos. We can't fight. We don't have any ammunition. And they're doing it on purpose. They want them dead. So one of these two guys has to go, and they have to go soon. Okay? Remember the names. The Prigozhin, head of the Wagner Group, and Igor Girkin, a.k.a. Strelkov, FSB. One of these two is not going to last the month, which will trigger other things.
See, I would think that Chechnya there, is that what you got up there?
Chechnya is just gathering troops. They're not sending good troops to the war anymore. They're building up strength, and they're laying low.
Because that
So they're
guy,
ready.
what's his name there?
Kadyrov.
He loves Putin, right? So I'm thinking,
No,
I thought he loved Putin.
he does. He says he loves Putin.
He fake loves.
Putin
I
gives
see him aligning
Putin gives him
with-
$1 billion a year. They don't have any industry in Chechnya. So Putin gives them money to be loyal. They fight for him, and that's that. But right now, Chechnyans are just gathering their troops because they know what's about to happen. So there's that. There was only two things left that needed to happen. One of them is the huge oil companies. These are billions and billions. I mean, it's state-run in Russia. If you own oil and gas, like, they need to tool up, in the words of, what's his name from The Wire? Oh, I forget his name.
I won't remember.
They need to get involved. They need to have an army. A couple days ago, Gazprom has announced that they're going to start their own private army, their own mercenary army. So now you have the most powerful. These are the top of the gangster pyramid, right?
Wow.
Gazprom is every gangster movie. You have the street guy, and then the guy in the bar, and then the guy in the office, and then you get to the politician or the CEOs. They're the real gangsters.
That's just like the 5 families in New York.
So this will be over in 1 minute, everyone.
I can relate.
Bear with me. 1 minute. Gazprom is allowed to start their own private army. They know they need it, but there's no soldiers left. There's no one to get. So what do?
Hire the Chechens.
No. You kill Prigozhin. Hostile takeover.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So when Prigozhin gets eliminated, say in 2 weeks, they'll blame the Ukrainians. People in Russia will think it was our guy, Igor Girkin. But in reality, it'll be Gazprom that takes him out, and then they'll take over, hostile takeover. They'll take over his army, and now another piece on the Civil War chessboard falls. That's
Doesn't that favors Putin though? I think.
Putin has to approve all of this, but he's kind of losing control because they're all getting their own army.
the Wagner
Remember,
Group-
the army, the actual army, Shoigu, the head of the army, has his own private army too. He has the army and he has the Patriot Group, his own mercenary army.
So the question everybody wants
there
to
you go.
know is how many more billions will the U.S. tax dollar money needs to go while the Russians are all killing each other?
No, well,
Just curious.
no. Once that happens, it shifts. It does. It'll be Ukraine will still gonna want money for rebuilding and reconstruction, like a Marshall Plan.
They they just hooked up with, I forget which financial group it is, but somebody's got a huge. There's going to be incredible like graft.
Oh yeah, there was BlackRock, and then there was
Yeah.
J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan, yeah,
And again, they come in like, oh yeah, we'll help you out.
yeah.
Well, think about it.
Just like we did in Iraq, yeah, everything went great.
Guess what? the Russians in the United States, and no one says it, but the Donbass has a ton of natural gas untapped, like resources, minerals.
Yeah.
And you already know how much grain they have. So
Yeah, they have a lot
there's
of grain.
money to be made there. But first, let's let these lunatics all kill each other and see what happens.
No pistachios, though.
That's Iraq. I mean, Iran, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, here's the big Lowell question. And it's a good question. To all you out there, think amongst yourselves. If you could only live your life, your entire life on one street in Lowell,
That's pretty much every person in Lowell. That's
talking to you, Adam Street,
The comment section has 70,000 replies.
you could only live your life on one street in Lowell. This is a good question. And here's the perimeters. It's not right now. It's our lives. So for the last, 48, 63 years,
51, you dumbass.
you can only live your life on that one street. What street you picking?
And you have to stay on that street?
Gotta be in Lowell? Yeah, that's it. You just live.
On that street?
Yep. And you get everything that's been there your whole life. You know what I mean? Like the Gala Club is still on Chelmsford Street.
That's easy. I think, it's not easy.
It's not easy. You gotta factor in things.
Well, I was going to say Westview because then I could just walk out my backyard and I'd have the golf course right there.
See, that's a very selfish answer. How you gonna feed yourself?
Oh, there's plenty of green space. I'll grow something.
I was going to go with Middle
Hippie
Street.
Han. Middle Street.
Yeah.
You guys
I
are
didn't-
horrible at this game.
I didn't know
Well,
about
no.
all these qualifiers if we needed stores and
Well, because
Oh, you're gonna live your whole life on one street. What do you
Plain,
think?
what am I going to say? Plain Street? Yeah.
so,
Yeah, maybe.
Move into the VFW?
so no, so,
Yes, that's a good guess.
so my first, it'd be Middle Street because you got
Go on.
my whole life. You've had the press club on the Old Court. You've had Pollard's. You've had the Derby. Now you've had what was after Pollard's?
Smithwick's? That a different place.
Well, Smithwick's, and then there was the one after that. Evo? No, was it Evo's? You had that.
Yes.
You got Fuse.
Smokehouse.
You got Rogers Pool if you need pool equipment or toys.
I'm not going to get into our Rogers Pool theory. I'm just saying there's only one business in Lowell that's stayed in business for the last 50 years, and they've had the same Monopoly game in the window for the whole 50 years.
I think I saw a Cabbage Patch Kid in the window too, no?
Yes, probably.
I'm not saying anything out loud, but
So Middle Street was my first thought.
looking at it.
But now because the caveat is it has to be it's the whole street. I'd say Middlesex Street because it's a really long street
Middle stretch. Oh, that's a great one. I
with everything on it.
think I'm going Broadway Street.
Really?
Hell yeah. You got Greek Hellenic American School.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can claim. Actually, it doesn't matter the original Market Basket because there's another one right there on the corner of Fletcher Street.
No, that
George's
one was on
Pizza.
Dumb Street.
You got George's Pizza. You've got.
UMass Lowell, you can be educated.
Yes, I'm saying you can live your whole life. You can go to the Greek school. There's the
Stocklosa.
yes.
Get that.
Yeah, see, I don't care about
You got
schools.
Lowell House. You got Broadway Pizza.
You have a liquor store.
See, Middlesex though.
4Ms. Scratch tickets. Keno. Good Keno there. too.
Middlesex has everything.
Nice chairs.
You got a Chinese food restaurant,
Yeah.
multiple, right? You have at one point you had a gym because I care about that. You got the registry, couple of bars. Middlesex Street's got a lot of.
You got the homeless shelter too, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Middlesex Street really works.
You'd have
Broadway Street is sneaky good. You got
Oh,
the corner.
at Hadley Park.
yeah, on Broadway or Middlesex?
Oh, hell yeah.
No,
You
Middlesex.
got skate park, basketball.
Broadway's actually got the university though, doesn't it?
Yes, Broadway's awesome. I got the Humane Society. I got Adam Street. I can get fentanyl like that.
You know what? You might be right because you can not only can you pick up a pet dog, you can get rid of it.
That's right. It's your whole life from start to finish.
Now the only bad thing is really
I got history. I got the bridge there.
now. Would you count the dog
Francis
building
Gale.
as like? Could you live at the dog building on Broadway?
Could you?
That's actually on Dutton Street, but it's
No. That's not the Humane Society.
no the old giant building. We call it the dog building. Those apartments there.
What,
I'm just trying
Teddy
to. I'm just trying to think of where would
Yeah,
you live?
absolutely. You count that.
All right, so some good places to live.
'Cause I don't get the North Common though. I'm one street off. You got the old City Barns.
You could go to the
City
Highland.
Barns. You ever buy a tire there, sledding?
You'd have you'd have the.
You know that match?
You could go to Acre Sports Pub, and you could go with the Firefighters Club.
Oh, no. It's one block over. That's on Cross Street in Fletcher.
So
Pappas Funeral Home.
you're short a
Nice
bar.
parking lot.
What used to be there.
You're short a bar.
I'm short a bar.
Yeah.
Hold on. I've got the Acre Sports Pub. That's it. Yeah, it's not a good bar street.
Technically, the Acre Sports Pub's not on Broadway.
No, it's not.
No, if you can reach it, it counts.
Broadway might be.
Chelmsford Street.
Chelmsford Street's got to have everything.
Chelmsford Street's
Chelmsford
rock
Street
solid.
but that's kind of.
You can actually get a job there.
Or even what is it?
Well, then Rogers Street's gonna
38.
jump in,
Yeah,
too.
Rogers Street would be.
I thought you were going to pick Bridge Street and I was going to puke, but I'm glad you didn't. Look, Bridge Street's not
Bridge Street's sneaky
probably
good
the
up.
top 10.
Well, once you get out of Lowell, it's pretty good.
Yeah, right. You got Drake at Town Hall. You got the ice cream place in Drake it.
You got Tavern on the Line. You
You
got
got State Line. You buy some
Romano.
cigarettes up
They
in
got-
Pelham.
Broadway doesn't have a Dunkin's though. Oh, you know what though?
UMass Lowell.
You know what you got on Broadway? Olympus Bakery.
Yeah, you got George the Tailor. You got that bodega. I used to skip school. That's why I missed. That's why I failed my freshman year. That store right there. They had
All right, let's
Street Fighter and they had Mortal Kombat.
All right, let's think about Rogers Street though. Rogers Street's sneaky good.
You got the park. That's big.
Yeah,
You got a pool.
Kilkenny.
Kilkenny's is a solid pub.
Yep.
Plenty of fast food.
That's big.
I think it might win. It's got a weed dispensary.
Oh, that open yet?
Yeah.
Have you been there?
No, not yet.
Batch came out with the trump card.
Yeah.
But now's a good time to
Hey, I got
shoot the promo.
Yeah, right. I got Adam Street.
I don't think it's them though.
I got Adam Street, buddy. Adam Street trumps your little weed dispensary.
Well, don't go by there then.
You got
Half price. I got good heavy stuff.
you got a cement factory if you need it.
So does Broadway Street. E.A.
Right.
Wilson. Shout out Disco.
I think they burnt down, didn't they? Isn't that the one that burnt down?
Nah, the place in the front of it did.
All right. Here's the other thing about Broadway, though. You can go cop fishing off the bridge in the
I've done it
canal.
many times.
Yeah.
You can do it by hand. I used to jump off that bridge and go swimming. The water's not quite as deep as you think it would be.
All right, so it's I don't know.
Get the nature walk where Han used to make out with girls in the 8th grade.
Oh, boy.
I caught him. I stuck in on him. I stuck. That was great. Sneak move.
How old were the girls?
Creepy.
Like,
Yeah. Hold on, let me rephrase this. Yeah, that's where I caught Han making out with the 7th grader.
I don't know.
We're missing something good. Actually, you know what? Merrimack Street's probably the one.
No, it's on.
You got UMass Lowell a little bit now too, right?
No, because like Rogers Street's going to have supermarkets. It's got everything.
It's got everything.
Roger Street's good. Roger Street's in the top 5. Broadway's got the supermarket too. Top 5.
I still say Middle Street's not a bad choice, though. You'd have a lot of
Chelmsford
fun.
Street, top 5.
Chelmsford Street would be pretty good.
Yeah. All right. How long we got?
Now, where would you? But best street to live on? Like, you don't have to stay on that street, but like a good, like the best location in Lowell, I think.
Nearest to things?
Yeah, for me, it would be like the Beacon Methuen Street area. You can walk downtown. You can go over to.
That's a long walk.
No,
That's
it's
a
not
big
bad.
hill.
It's not bad. I used to do it all the time. It's a pretty good, like that
Has
area.
Dennis Candy gotten to you? That's his turf, right?
Well, that's where I lived. I grew up over there. It was pretty good. Pretty close to everything.
Didn't you read Batch's Hill article?
I did.
He's going to annex the hill. No?
That's right.
Did people push back on that or they liked it?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention.
All right. Anything else I'm missing here? You guys good?
I'm still thinking about this street thing though. Like,
Is there a street we're overlooking?
Yeah, there clearly is a good one. Like, people are going to be pissed.
38 seems like Roger Street seems pretty solid, but I keep coming back to Broadway. There's got to be a street with better.
Actually, Central Street.
You can't get over it though. Oh no, they opened the bridge finally.
Central is solid because you got
Do you count back
Dunkin'
Central?
Donuts.
Do you count back Central?
yes.
All right, if
So
you're
you
counting
got
back
Dunkin'
Central,
Donuts, Old Court, WCAP,
we know
Cappy's Copper Kettle.
we know it's a great place to sleep.
It's a great place. Great place to sit there and drink
Well,
a
old
40.
CAP, I don't know what's in there anymore.
I wonder what's there. Cappy's gone? Long gone, right?
Yeah, Cappy's is gone, but you get the Four Seasons.
4 Seasons. You
Places to live up the street.
Then you get the Portuguese places, the clubs there. So it's like good World Cup soccer.
So now, if you're talking throughout history,
I am.
then it's really solid because you had Cappy's, the Whipple, all the
Well-
good places to eat.
The Whipple is there?
If you're talking back
No.
Central, if you
That
go,
was on Lawrence Street.
oh yeah, it was Lawrence Street. Damn it!
Game's not as easy as you think. Well, listen, anyone watching this, feel free to play along with yourselves. Well, you know what I meant to say. I've said enough. Anything else? We good?
That's a good discussion.
Oh, Jim Miller, do it, baby. Choke him out.
See, I don't know how you can watch
Family
this.
show.
There's something about men like with bare feet hugging each other. This is just weird.
All right. That's a good way to end this show.
Sorry.
Cheers.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you when we see you. Later.
Adios.